So I got these daffodil bulbs on sale at 50% off, and I couldn't resist myself. Although it is late, it is end of January, so this should have been planted in fall. If I can show you that, here are my daffodils that were already growing. I mean, I planted these last year, so they have just started to grow. If I plant them now, you can see that the sprouts are already coming out. Definitely they will bloom next year, but even this year they will bloom. That's what I think. All of them have sprouts. These ones have like really big sprouts. So because they were 50% off, I couldn't resist myself and I bought them. I think we should be fine. So we'll see. I'll show you whether they bloom this year or not, whether you should buy them late in the season or not. So let us plant them. So you have to choose an area which gets lot of sun, because most of the flowering plants, they need lot of sun, and also the water should drain away. So this is on slight slope, so water will drain away. And the rule of the thumb is that you bury the bulbs 2 times the size of the bulb. So these bulbs are about 2 inches tall. So if you put them in a 4-inch pit, I think it should be fine. So, and good thing is that these don't require cold stratification, so you don't have to cool them down, so that's fine. You take a bulb and the pointed side up. Even if this sprout was not there, just plant them pointed side up. Now here you can tell, because the sprout is also coming. But see here, because the bulb was probably placed like this in the bag and the sprout is going in this direction. So even if you planted, the pointed side sideways, even then, the sprouts, they find their way. So don't worry too much about it. Just try to keep it straight. If not, they'll find a way. And you want to plant them 4 or 5 inches apart, and they look good in a cluster. But I'm just planting them like 2 to 3 inches apart, because if they are too far apart, they are not going to look that nice. Now the sprout is already coming, so I want to lightly cover them on the thing. I don't want to completely bury them in the soil. And this is like, this soil has a lot of wood chips, so it is not that hard. So I think it should be fine even if they carry it, because they'll be able to find their way up. I'm not going to tap it down, just leave it like this and they should sprout. So I'm going to do this with the other 2 bags too, and I'll keep you posted what happens. A few weeks have passed and all the 3 clusters have started to show growth. In 2 of the clusters, I see the flower buds growing along with the leaves right in the beginning. But in the 3rd cluster, I don't see any buds growing. But if you look carefully, the shape and size of the leaves are different. The cluster with buds have wider and shorter leaves, and the one without the buds have thinner and longer leaves. So probably they are different varieties. It's the beginning of April now, and those 2 clusters with wider leaves are blooming and a lot of flowers are showing up. And the other cluster, it is a little behind. But by the end of April, I started seeing flowers even in that cluster. So all in all the 3 clusters are showing flowers. They just bloomed a little late. In a way, it was good because my bulbs from last year, they started blooming in February, and these bulbs started blooming in April. So I had a good show of flowers from February to April. So my conclusion is that don't worry about it if you are planting them late. As long as it is still cold out there, you can plant them and they will bloom in that season. In the worst scenario, if they don't bloom in the same season, they'll bloom the next year. So if you're getting a good deal, go ahead and buy it and plant them out, and hopefully you will get the flowers in this season itself and at much cheaper price. So why not? So I hope this short video was useful to you. If you have any questions, leave me a comment and I'll try to answer as soon as possible. If you like this video, press the like button, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to share it with your friends and family. And I'll see you next time. Happy gardening. Bye.